Yeah, it's an all-Mississippi House of Representatives day because we got now in the Element Wealth studio Representatives Dan Eubanks. He's from District 25 DeSoto County, and Representative Joe Tubb from District 87 Forest and Lamar counties. Is that right?
Yeah.
You got it.
It's Joe's my daddy.
That's right.
Or Bubba, if you're really close.
Bubba is what I almost said, honestly. So
it's all.
But it's good to have you guys in. So we just put on our official house band T-shirts here. Yes. We got them on. If you're watching us on video, we're going to take a photo when we're done. We'll get Rhino in here and get in front of the SuperTalk sign. So I first want to tell you guys just how honored and grateful I am to be invited to participate in the band. It's been a blast. We've had 3 practices. We got another one scheduled later on today. Mm-hmm. It's a big day for us. I think we're going to do a little photo shoot up there at the Capitol, as I recall. That's what's scheduled for today.
New shirts on.
Yeah, got our new shirts on. So I'm grateful. It's fun playing with you guys.
We're tickled to death to have you.
It's fun, man.
You swim in the waters enough with other representatives. It was only fair that we made you an honorary House member. So we're glad to have you holding us together back there on the drums.
All right, so Representative Tubb, whose idea was this?
This all came to fruition. Representative Scott Bounds, which is this year, he's the chairman of the fair.
Yep.
We were at an event one night, and he said, Joseph, would you help me do something? And I said, well, if I can. And he said, I'd love for you to put a house band together and come play next year at the Neshoba County Fair.
Yeah.
And I'd never thought about that, so I said, well, let me think on that. And so I did, and we got back and together and said we'd do it. And so I talked to Dan, I talked to Steve Lott and Chuck Blackwell and the other House members there, Noah Sanford.
Yeah.
And
Lance Varner.
Yeah, Lance Varner. Yeah. And said that, yes, we'll do it. So it's all come together really nice. It's going to be a good show.
All right, so how did Representative Scott Bounds, did he know that about your musical talent?
He has. I always play at the trailer thing that we have there at the fairgrounds every session, and so he'd seen me sing.
Okay.
So knew I had a couple of bands in Hattiesburg, and so yeah.
What about you, Representative Eubanks?
Well, I haven't been a stranger to doing the same kind of thing as Joe.
Yeah.
But, since I've been in the legislature, I have been trying to get a group together to go and play at the Trailer Trash Bash, or I lead the Capitol Prayer Group when we're in session, and I wanted to get a group of musicians together just to do like a worship morning, there at the Capitol.
Yeah, that'd be good.
And it's like kept hitting a roadblock, and it was like the stars aligned, and Joe talking to Scott, and I'd already been talking to some folks, and we just kind of like made it happen.
Okay. So did you know Noah Sanford and Chuck Blackwell, Steve Lott? Did you know all these guys, what their musical talents were as well? Did you know that?
Yes,
okay.
I knew that.
It was a group effort.
Okay, all right. So I've been told that it was Representative Lee Yancey that informed somebody that
I was asking everybody in the House if anybody played drums, and nobody. I kept coming up short. Nick Hall, who used to work for Philip Gunn, Speaker Philip Gunn.
Yeah.
He was gonna drum.
Okay.
And then he took a job in D.C.
He's in Washington.
And I was like, oh, what do we do? We cannot play without a drummer. And Lee Yancey, he heard me asking somebody in the chamber. He goes, well, Gerard plays drums. I was like, really? I'm going to give him a call.
There you go. And when you call, so I saw your call coming in, and I'm thinking, well, it's a little unusual because we're out of session, thinking that maybe there was something political or policy related we needed to talk about, and then you posed that question. That's not at all what I was expecting. And of course, I had to go out and buy a drum kit, as you guys know, which set me back a little bit. But it's been fun. So you guys came up with a set list. Whose ideas were those?
That was kind of a group effort too, wasn't it?
It's been a group effort. Dan's going to sing some songs. I'm going to sing some songs. We're going to do some songs together. It's going to be fun.
Yeah.
We told everybody that once we kind of solidified who the core group was going to be, we're like, all right, give us some of your favorite songs, the ones that got to get played.
Yeah.
And so everybody was kind of contributing songs that they wanted. Now, apologies to the latecomers. We kind of already had a dozen or more before, because I know we could have played 100 songs, but then it's like, we got to narrow it down, boys. And but we some ones that Joe's been singing for years, and a couple I've sung, and Chuck had some. He's like, "Oh, we gotta have this one in there." Some of the old country came from Chuck, and so it's really eclectic mix. It's going to be, I think, either A. I figure there's two outcomes here. Either A, we bomb it and you lose half your listeners and we don't get reelected, or B, we get a multi-million-dollar record deal from Capitol Records. No, I'm just kidding. But
it's probably more in the middle.
We're just going to have a good time, and that's really what we're shooting for.
So let's go down the list, though. You two guys on lead vocals and some background vocals as well, rhythm guitar as well. Lance Varner, rhythm guitar, also some background vocals. And then we've got Representative Chuck Blackwell from Jones County. He's on the bass.
Yep.
We got Representative Steve Lott from George County, Lucedale area. He's our lead guitarist. Yeah. We've got Representative Noah Sanford down from Tubb County. He's on the keyboards. And then the outlier me, your humble talk show host on the drums there. But that's the lineup.
Yeah, that's the lineup. Now, there are a few people that have been begging to get in. Okay. Celeste Hurst wants to be our cowbell girl, but I don't know. We'll see. Maybe we'll let her get up there for one song.
That's so awesome. So I'll have to admit, the first time we got together, which we practiced at inside one of the barns at the livestock facility there on the fairgrounds.
Nice and cool that day.
And, after that I said, I don't know about this. We're not too good. But then we got together for a second time, and it was marked improvement. And then our third time was even like, hey, this actually sounds pretty good. And I expect that today. We got
to get all the rust and barnacles off.
That's right.
We've all been around the block a couple times.
And the hard part is you guys know, because we've had a thread, we've been communicating a lot, is a little discussion and controversy on how we start the songs and how we end the songs. This in between is a little easier.
That's the hardest piece that we're trying to put together. The beginnings and the endings. But that's in every band.
Every band. It's kind of, if you've ever played music, for all your listeners out there that have played in a band or tried to play music with somebody, it's the same no matter how talented you are or how untalented you are. Yeah. It's going to be the same drama or the same, like, well, I don't know. We should do this one first. No, we should do that one. No, I think we should have a keyboard solo. No, we should have a guitar solo. Yeah.
Well, I think Representative Joseph Tubb here has kind of put the list together of the sequence of the songs, right? You were largely responsible for that, and it looks good to me.
I think so. I think it's going to be a great blend where I'll sing one, Dan will sing one. It'll kind of help with our voices, and not strain, because it's going to be warm. Yeah. And so singing outside is always a
1 o'clock. Right, so when we kick off July 31st
on the main stage.
On the main stage.
Yes.
I knew it was big time when you came to me and said the sound people want to know how many mics you want for the drums. Yes. I knew that was serious there. So
we finally made it, boys.
It's going to be really special for me because my dad met my mom on this very stage.
Really?
Back in the 50s. Yeah, my dad is in the Mississippi Music Hall of Fame and the Mississippi Rockabilly Hall of Fame. He was in a band called the Original Rolling Stones.
I didn't know that.
And he met my mom one night playing there, and she was down in the crowd.
How cool is that?
Yeah, 60-something years married.
Man,
we should do a tribute song for
absolutely.
There you go.
Please don't add any more.
We've hit the drop dead point. No more new songs getting added.
Because Joseph added one, about a month ago? Maybe a little less than that. A couple weeks ago. I can't remember.
It's going to be really.
I feel like it's been a month because I've listened to it about 8,000 times, I think, so far. But it's a
great
good tune.
Song.
Yeah, I don't want to disclose it.
Please don't. They'll have to come and listen.
Got to come here
to hear it. But I'm thinking we kind of made a little transition. We're going to end with it because it is such an impactful song.
Okay.
And I think that's how we're going to end.
We're going to end with it.
I think
so. We're not going to kick off with it.
No, sir. I think we're going to end.
There'll be some tweaks to the lineup once we all get together today. But that's one of them. That'll be a good tweak.
It ought to be a lot of fun, though.
Yeah.
That's the main thing.
Looking forward to it.
Yeah, no doubt about that.
Hope everybody can come.
Yeah, me too. So I talked to the speaker. He's going to be at a cabin, but a cabin that has full view right there of the stage is what he told me. He's at an event he's been invited to. 11:30 to 1. So as soon as that thing's over, he's going to be stepping out, and he wants to come see, of course, the members play.
Did you ask him if we could use it as a green room?
Yeah.
Well, hopefully he's going to walk over and maybe say a word or two.
All right, so if you guys can hang around, we keep talking.
Oh, yeah, sure.
We got Representative Dan Eubanks and Joseph Tubb in the Element Well studio. We're coming right back. We're visiting with Representatives Dan Eubanks and Joseph Tubb. They are, I'm going to call them the founding members of the newly minted The House Band. How about that?
Man.
That's what I'm going to call them.
Yeah, that's great.
But you're technically a founding member, too. So.
Okay, well, I don't want to take credit for that.
You were at the first practice.
I guess I was privileged to become a member of the band because you didn't have anybody in the house that could play drums. So, no, it's cool. I just think it's neat. I really do. And I was just telling them I just got a call while we were on the break there to join Newsmax today. And I'm not going to because we're going to be in the middle of practicing. But I'm going to work on them on scheduling an interview while we're at the fair and try to get the fair in the background. I think that'd be great to expose that and get that on national Newsmax television. Would be kind of neat. So I'm going to talk to him about that. I don't know if you guys happen to run into Representative Robert Johnson on your way out. Did you?
I did.
Okay, because I had just completed interviewing him for 3 segments, and it was interesting. I'll just say that. I got a text here on the C Spire text line from Nathan in Smith County. He said, I appreciate you standing up and keeping the facts straight during that interview. I don't think you could have handled it any better than you did. Well, I appreciate the positive feedback there, Nathan. You guys work with Representative Johnson. We may not always agree on stuff. He's a pretty good guy to work with, though, isn't he?
He is, and I've got a lot of respect for him. He, he fights for what he believes in.
Yeah.
And that's the thing, and Joe can probably back me up on this. When I first got elected, I had started having flashbacks of being back in junior high school. There is elements of that sort of cauldron of personalities and just politics in general. There are some people that take everything personal.
Yeah.
They never forget. They'll stab you in the back because you voted against or whatever. But I have found that Robert has been pretty reasonable over the years that I've served with him.
Yeah.
That we may agree to disagree on some stuff. And I always tell people, look, it's about policy, not personality. I can vote against your bill or not agree with you, but I still love you as a child of God. You're still going to be my friend. Hopefully you can feel the same way.
Yeah.
And but yeah, I mean, I was listening to the interview on my drive down from DeSoto County.
Okay.
And there were some things when I first got in the studio, I was like, hey, you should have said this, or what about that? There were some things that I was like, yeah, but you're not taking into account this. And so, I mean, I disagree with him on some of his points, but not his passion for, where he stands.
Yeah.
I have a lot of respect for Representative Johnston.
Yeah.
He's easy to work with, and he stands up for what he believes,
He does.
like we do.
He does. I think of the members of the House on the Democrat side, he's a very capable minority leader.
He's a sharp guy. He's very smart.
He really is, and he's a reasonable person. And so on that basis, he doesn't come in here and try to get in your face. I've interviewed him many times. He's not combative or confrontational, and you don't want that. I mean, we're not getting really a productive discussion when you have that, but you can have a productive discussion with him.
Yeah.
And you may still walk away in disagreement, but you can still have a civil discussion with him, and that's why I respect him on that basis. But he's got a tough job being the minority leader in a body where the Republicans have the supermajority,
right,
the way they do, and in both houses and across the spectrum of government. He did talk about a Democratic potential candidate to challenge Senator Cindy Hyde-Smith. He didn't name the individual, although I will tell you guys, I guessed offline and I was right.
Yeah.
He did tell me that.
Ty Pickens?
So, no, Ty is running as an independent.
Oh, okay.
So Ty has left the Democrat Party and is running as an independent in the race. But this would be a Democrat candidate that the party is recruiting to enter the race as their nominee for the seat. So interesting discussion with him along those lines. And, of course, they're all unhappy about the budget reconciliation bill that just passed, the package, the big beautiful bills it is called. They're not happy about the tax reform bill that went through that will eliminate the income tax in the state of Mississippi over a period of time. Not happy about that as well.
Yeah.
And
I will say I have to disagree with my friend that when he said that most of the members in the House didn't know what was in HB 1.
Yeah, I thought that was a little bit hyperbolic as well.
A lot of time was spent on that bill.
Yeah.
I actually got all the facts, built a spreadsheet formula, and gave it to other members so that they could run scenarios. Like I ran my mom and dad who live off just basically Social Security. I want to see how it was going to affect the senior citizens, how it's going to affect me, how it's going to affect people, so that I could say, look, you want to know how it's going to affect you, plug in the numbers, see how it affects you over the whole 14 years. And so I couldn't have done that if I wasn't privy to the facts, and I just had to go ask. Now, he was right about one thing. There is an awful lot of stuff that comes at us that we don't know anything about. And
there's no doubt.
It hits you on the floor, and it's like, well, wait a minute. The bill's not even online yet.
Yeah.
We got to vote on this 200-page bill.
Yeah.
So he's right about that. There is stuff, but I think that was pretty transparent as far as like what was included.
Yeah, I think so too. And I had written a fairly lengthy article that's published on the SuperTalk website that included templates and models that one could plug in their data and see how it would affect them. So we have talked about that a bit. But I agree with you. I think the major provisions of the bill, I think members understood what was going on. It really comes down to sales taxes on groceries and the excise taxes on fuel and the elimination of the income tax. Really, those are the main key provisions. I think pretty much everybody understood how that would work. I don't think there was any confusion about that. But he has got to sort of carry the water for the Democrat Party, and he does a good job at that. That's for sure. So back to our band discussion. July 31st, once again, 1 o'clock.
1 o'clock.
On the big stage at the track. What are we going to do after that? We got to keep it going. All this
Get
practice.
hydrated, I imagine.
Well, I don't mean immediately after that day.
I don't know if you've ever been in the Neshoba County Fair. It is hot.
It is.
So we're going to be praying for like a cool front to come through. So maybe that'll be it.
Well, and I'm excited about staying and seeing Larry Fleet play that night.
Yeah. Big time.
Sings Where I Found God. That's a great song.
Oh, yeah.
So are we going to try to schedule some future gigs? What does that look like? The speaker said something about...
I'm just saying, I've had a few people come up and say, well, hey, I guess, but it's all going to hinge on how well we do at the fair. It might be like, nope, we might be...
we had several invites before we even had our first practice.
Yeah, I know it. Before people even heard us. So
we got to let us
might want to hear us
behind us first.
I started thinking about this. Do you think there's another... such band anywhere in the country that's comprised of members of a chamber of their legislature?
I was thinking about the same thing. I know there are other politicians. Bill Clinton would up there and play, and Mike Huckabee would play the bass.
There's musicians all over the place.
There are people in politics that will fill in or step in, but I don't know. I have not heard of. This could be history in the making.
Okay.
So all the more reason for people to come out to the Neshoba County Fair. I don't know that there's ever been a house band, and hence the name. We were like, when we were trying to figure out the name for what do we call ourselves? And it's like, you always refer to the local band that plays in the club or whatever is the house band, right? But why not the house band? We're all house members and an honorary house member. And so I don't know. This might be a first. We might actually inspire other legislatures to come up with.
That's true.
We can have a battle of the bands.
That would be fun. There you go. Not only do we play softball, we can have a battle.
Why
of
not,
bands.
man? Good interstate.
I love it.
I think wasn't there some representatives that did? I think Scott mentioned this, that there were some representatives that maybe had a quartet and performed at the fair.
I do think that's true.
Ago.
A long time ago.
Yes.
I do think that's true. Yeah.
So I think that's kind of where the idea came to fruition.
Yeah. I think that's true. So Representative Bounds, of course, from Neshoba County. He's, like you said, he's president of the Neshoba County Fair. So I guess we could thank him for just proposing the idea, right? That's where all that came from.
Yeah.
And he's gracious to let us perform as well. He doesn't know if we're any good.
It's a real leap of faith on Scott's part.
Yes.
Scott, thanks for believing in us even before anybody else
great.
did, right?
Of course, it's cheap, too, right?
That's right. We're pretty cheap. We're pretty cheap right now. If you got a bar mitzvah or a high school graduation, I don't know if we're ready to go on the road yet, but, you know.
That's incredible. I love that. All right, so surely we're going to do some more after this one we're doing at the Neshoba County
see
Fair.
what the Lord
huh?
brings.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Well, I think we'll probably get maybe a set at the next Trailer Trash Bash.
Okay.
At the end of the
We'll
session.
get to probably do a few songs.
who
We
knows?
might even add a song or two to the list,
That's true.
right?
Yeah.
That's true.
We got. I'm kind of making a list of some I'd like for
We
us
might
to
even
think
do
about.
some originals. We need to do that if we're ever going to get the record deal.
Well, if we're
going to
do some originals, then yeah,
got plenty of those.
We got
I have to work on my songwriting.
There
Yeah.
you go. That ought to be fun. All right. Appreciate you guys coming in, and then I'll see you a little bit later on this afternoon.
Sounds
Look
good. Thanks for
forward
having
to
us.
Representative Dan Eubanks and Representative Joseph Tubb. The house band, that's what we've been talking about. We got half an hour remaining on middays. We're coming right back in the Element Wealth studio.